Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I am a little under the weather and you guys will probably hear that, but we're going to try to get through this. I'm going to try to get back as fast as I can, but Verizon's painful path. So there are a few points here that I wanted to kind of add to for myself on the summary. So Verizon remains positioned in the wireless sector with premium profits at risk from pricing pressure. So again, like I've been saying, the competition is there, and that's a good thing, right? Verizon can continue with the premium pricing scheme for as long as the EBITDA doesn't decrease any further, right? They're claiming a negative 1 to 2% EBITDA, which is fine for now. But the danger zone, I'm being told, is if they ever go to that negative 3 to 5%. That's when it's going to really catch people's and analysts' attention. So it's not a matter of if anymore. It's when they're going to have to reduce price from a competitive standpoint, right? You have to cater to the market at some point. If everybody just keeps flocking from your network, going to an MVNO, going to T-Mobile, going to a better deal with AT&T, you're going to have to eventually react because those people are no longer paying you monthly. So that's money you're not making anymore at all. So eventually they'll be forced to react if it continues the way it's continuing. The company no longer has a wireless network lead with the success of T-Mobile and 5G. Now, again, like I look at everything objectively, I have to disagree with this. There are still larger geographical areas that Verizon covers and T-Mobile don't in 2022. Could that change in the future? Perhaps. That could very well change. The next 12 to 18 months are going to be very interesting to watch T-Mobile as they attempt to grow their geographical footprint natively. But for now, when it comes to the 5G lead, as you can see by this summary, by this comment, it's getting through to the public and the analysts. They are starting to grasp the concept that Verizon may no longer have the wireless lead when they actually still do. And it doesn't have to do with the 5G. It has to do with the overall network. There's still a larger underlying LTE network that is not being discussed anymore because T-Mobile is pushing the 5G narrative to new heights. Excuse me. The stock will likely remain under considerable pressure in the years ahead due to massive debt, high capex spending, and large dividend payout. The debt should eventually be paid down to not paid off, but to a more acceptable standard. The higher capex spending, I've said it in the comments. With these losses that they're currently taking, and if that continues, we could potentially see a year of guidance where they guide down on capex further beyond what they discussed at the analyst day. That could potentially be the case. We already have a lower spending set for next year. They clearly discussed that the 5 to 6 billion extra, the C-band spend, would eventually temper off. And I still think if the losses continue happening the way they are, I still think we could see a day where the capex goes below what they guided, especially as this fiber build gets to its close. And that's because they pay out such a large dividend, so it's hurting their free cash flow. So if they lower the capex, they could have a better looking balance sheet. So just the closing remarks of this video, Verizon has a tough path ahead. You know, tough, painful, however you want to call it. It's going to be a rough, bumpy ride. T-Mobile have a better debt position. They have a growing company. They have a growing network, and it's going to be very tough for Verizon to offset that by positioning themselves as the premium carrier, when in some cases T-Mobile works just as good or even better, depending on if they have N41 there and Verizon doesn't have C-band. So that's going to be a tall task for Verizon to overcome. And Verizon doesn't have the best marketing. So that's another hurdle that they have to overcome. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel. Like, share, subscribe. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.